I'm fat, so I make sure that I'm never the first one to suggest that we go out to eat. I'm fat, so I'm not going to take a second helping until someone else does.
Hey everybody, it's Tony with Big T Bariatric, and I'm back at you with another video, and today we're going to cover fat people problems, because there's nothing worse in the world than having an issue that you started to begin with, and instead of fixing that issue, getting on TikTok and complaining and whining about it to everybody to make yourself look like a victim. So today we're going to cover a variety of different clips from TikTok of people complaining about what it's like being fat. But before we get into that, if you could do me a huge favor, look down below and see if you're subscribed to my channel. And if you're not, hit that button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this video. Help me get to 10,000 subscribers. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get right into this video.
This is a fat person problem. If you're not fat, keep scrolling. Okay, now that they're done. So I want to talk about how people automatically assume you're going to eat a shit ton just because you're fat. I remember this one specific event in high school where my friend invited me over to study and her mom made a bunch of food. Fine, that's fine. I'll eat what I want, and if I'm not that hungry, I don't have to eat it. And I was not that hungry. And she said something along the lines of, "Oh, there's so much food. I just know you'll eat it all." It sucked.
You know, there are probably multiple ways of looking at that. And yeah, in that position, you could be taking what she said incorrectly, and it could have made you feel like garbage. She could have been meaning that the both of you or all of you who were together could have eaten all that food. She may not have meant just you, but it's possible that you have a track record of eating a lot of food. Just looking at your body, it is very, very obvious that you eat a lot of food. That maybe you've been over there before, maybe you've had second and third helpings, maybe you've helped clean out the cupboard, maybe you've done the damage that you need to do at her house, and so her mom assumed, okay, well, I made all this extra food, it's okay, the girls are going to take care of it. So I don't see why you're going to get all offended about that. I mean, it's absolutely a natural assumption that maybe if you have a few people over that they're all going to eat the extra food. Why can't you just be grateful that they cooked for you?
This is a fat person issue, so if you're not fat, keep scrolling. Okay. I was sitting in a bar with a friend of mine, a skinny friend of mine, and there was this group of guys who were looking over at us, giggling, and then they started making their way over to us at some point throughout the evening, and this friend of mine, gorgeous friend, by the way, she says to me, "Oh, just when they get here, just tell them I have a boyfriend." And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that statement, but it broke my heart a little bit that in her mind, the reason they were coming over had to be because they were interested in her, because there's no way, in reality, right, there's no way that they could possibly be interested in me.
Did your friend say that, or are you insinuating that? Because you just said that your friend is gorgeous. Okay, it's natural for a gorgeous person who's been hit on multiple times, going to multiple places, that your friend thought that they were coming over to speak to her. Did she also not assume that they were coming over to speak to you? Maybe she just didn't want to deal with it at that time. You can do what you want to do. If you wanted to talk to them, if you wanted to ask them out, if you wanted to flirt with them, like, you can interact with them how you want to interact with them. But she did not want that attention, so she just had you, her wingman, to say, "Hey, I have a boyfriend, I'm not feeling it right now, I just want to be out with the girls." But here you are taking an issue because you're fat and overweight and you're probably not used to people hitting on you as much, and making yourself out to be this sort of victim because you're fat. And let me be honest, you're not that bad looking. But I don't think anybody here was assuming that they're not coming after here for you. I think that she just didn't want to deal with it, and so she asked you, her friend, to push him away. But if you wanted one of them, if you wanted to ask one of them out, that was your decision. You could have done that. So I think part of the problem here is that you are just trying to make yourself into a victim. You're just trying so hard to make your friend look bad and to make yourself look good by making up all this stuff so that you can feel sorry for yourself because you're fat. Because you just want to feel sorry for yourself. If you think that your attractiveness could be better, If you just lost a little bit of weight, then maybe that's something you can achieve. Instead of staying the way you are, you can actually do something about it and you can fix it.
One of the things that my smaller friends or my friends that have never been in a bigger body struggle to understand is how different people treat you when you're bigger. I mostly experienced this from men in college, and when I was explaining it to one of my friends, she just couldn't believe me. When I was in college in a bigger body, I would stand next to my friend who was more skinny or in the beauty standard. We would be talking to a guy and he would talk to her like she was there and not even look at me. It was like I didn't exist. And then I lost weight. And all of a sudden it was like I was actually in the room. Like they would reintroduce themselves to me as if we hadn't known each other for all of college. Now there's no shame to my smaller friends who have never experienced this. Of course they can't understand. But if you've experienced this too and you want to explain it to your friends that don't understand, what I would recommend is telling them this. Because I'm sure that they'll say, oh yeah, sometimes guys ignore me. They're not interested in me either. And it's different. Someone not being interested in you because you're not their type is so different from them acting like you literally are not in the room because they don't deem you worthy enough. They just automatically assume that you are less healthy, less interesting, less intelligent, less fun, whatever it is, because of what you look like. And that is heartbreaking. If you are the friend in a smaller body in this situation, then the best thing that you can do for people that are struggling with this is just to listen to us and believe us that this is what happens. It's okay if you haven't experienced it or you don't understand it or you can't imagine it. I am so happy you haven't had to deal with this. Let's just open this conversation and love each other a little bit better. Because no matter your body size, you deserve to feel like people want you around.
See, this exactly proves my point from the last person who was talking. If you want to look better, if you want to get more attention, then the way to do that is to lose weight. Yes, you can lose weight and then you'll start getting more attention. Yes, people are going to assume that if you are overweight and you carry all this extra weight that you are not healthy. They're not going to find you as attractive as they would if you were smaller. I know this from personal experience. I don't have anybody hitting on me, but in my personal real life experience, I don't find too many people coming up to me and saying how attractive I am. But the more weight I lose, the more attention I've been getting, the more people have been complimenting me, saying that I look good. I mean, that's great. I want to look attractive to somebody. I want to meet somebody. That's all part of why I'm losing weight. People do tend to ignore me when I'm bigger, but if they do look in my direction, it's because they're making fun of me or whatever. So I changed that by losing weight. Yeah, that's right. You can fix it by losing weight, and you just absolutely proved it. Why would somebody want to date you when you're super obese? I don't understand that unless they have a fetish or something. You don't want to date somebody with a fetish because they're going to do what they can to keep you overweight, and that's not going to be healthy for you. But if somebody wants somebody who looks more attractive, who looks healthier, then that's who they're going to go for. I'm sorry if you don't like that, if you think that's fatphobic or whatever. That's just natural. I want to be with somebody who's healthy, who's going to live a long time, who's doing things the right way. All these fat people need to stop trying to force people to date them. If you want to start dating people, then you need to lose weight. You need to get healthy. You need to fix your problem that you caused. Instead of expecting all these people to just date you out of pity. That's not a relationship that's going to last.
So, this is a fat person problem. If you're not fat, just keep scrolling. Okay, now that they're gone, let's talk about wiping, because I can't fit it all the way up to my hoo-ha. I can't. So, I get all done back there, and then I just do my business up here. And yeah, but, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. Don't make me think I am.
No, you're not the only one. There are plenty of overweight people, and they're all over TikTok, who say that they cannot wipe themselves because they cannot reach. We've covered this a few times on this channel, and I totally admitted that I was somebody who could not wipe myself. So I took care of business a different way. It's a gross way. If you want to find out which way that was, there's a My 600 Pound Life video where I talk about being 600 pounds is gross. Go check out that video. But again, this is a you problem. This is a problem that you can fix. How can all these fat people say, oh, fat people, oh, they don't smell, it's propaganda, it's fatphobic, but then you can't even wipe yourself. How can you get clean if you can't wipe yourself? And if you can't get clean, how are you avoiding infections that make you stinky? This just makes no sense whatsoever. How you could sit there and say, wow, I wonder why people won't date me. I wonder why people look at me differently. I wonder why people think that I'm unhealthy, when you can't even wipe your own behind. It's absolutely ludicrous. This is just insane what we're seeing these days. People are bragging about the fact that they can't wipe their ass. They need to wake up, because this is only the beginning of the problems that they're going to face if they keep going this way. Anyways, everybody, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this video. And if there's something else you would like me to react to, leave me a message as well. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.